Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and feeling no fear of the future, no regret from the past, and no disturbance from what others think of you. Imagine walking through chaos, yet your mind remains calm like still water. What would it feel like to be untouchable by anger, envy, or stress? This is not a fantasy. It is the essence of Stoicism. And today, we begin the journey of practicing Stoicism in daily life. Before we begin, take a moment. Pause, breathe, and reflect on this. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. These words by Marcus Aurelius are the foundation of everything we will explore today. If you are ready to learn how to strengthen your mind, sharpen your spirit, and rise above daily struggles, then stay with me until the end. And remember, if this message resonates with you, subscribe to this channel and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's build a community of modern Stoics walking the path of wisdom together. Way 1. Master your perception. The first way to practice Stoicism daily is to train your perception. The Stoics taught that events themselves are not good or bad. It is our judgment of them that gives them meaning. Epictetus, the great Stoic teacher, said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." Pause and reflect. How often do you label situations as disasters, failures, or problems, when in reality, they are simply events unfolding in time? The rain does not conspire against you. A traffic jam is not an enemy. A rejection is not the end of your story. They are simply facts, neutral in essence. The daily practice here is simple yet powerful. Whenever something happens, resist the urge to judge it immediately. Step back, breathe, and remind yourself, this is neither good nor bad, it simply is. Then ask, what can I control here? This shift in perception dissolves emotional turbulence and allows you to respond with wisdom instead of impulse. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Your mind exaggerates pain when it attaches labels. But by mastering your perception, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Take a moment to think of something that recently disturbed your peace. Now, strip away the judgment and see it as it truly is, just an event. Notice how the weight lightens when the label is gone. This is the first doorway to Stoic freedom. Way 2. Embrace the control dichotomy. The second way is to practice the dichotomy of control, the heart of Stoicism. Epictetus opened his Enchiridion with these words, "Some things are in our control and others not." This is the ultimate compass of a Stoic life. Every day, countless things happen beyond your control. The weather, the economy, the behavior of others, even the health of your body in the long run. And yet, there are things fully within your command. Your thoughts, your choices, your actions, and your responses. The Stoic practice is to draw a sharp line between these two categories and anchor your energy only in what you can control. For example, you cannot control if someone insults you, but you can control whether you respond with anger or with silence. You cannot control if you lose money in the market, but you can control whether you learn from it or despair. You cannot control if your body grows older, but you can control whether you keep your mind sharp and your spirit alive. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This was his shield against the chaos of ruling an empire. In daily life, practice this by asking yourself in any difficult situation, is this within my control or not? If not, release it. If yes, act on it with clarity. Over time, this habit transforms your life, because your energy is no longer wasted on what is impossible to change. Think of a frustration you carry. Perhaps someone's opinion of you, a past mistake, or an uncertain future. Now ask yourself, do I truly control this? If the answer is no, let it go. If yes, then act decisively. This is the Stoic way. We have begun with the foundations. Mastering perception and embracing control. These two practices already have the power to reshape your daily life. But Stoicism offers much more. In the next part, we will explore 2 more ways. How to practice voluntary discomfort to build resilience, and how to use negative visualization to awaken gratitude and strength. Stay with me, subscribe if you haven't already, and prepare to go deeper into the wisdom of the Stoics. Welcome back. If you are still here, it means something within you is seeking strength, peace, and wisdom. We have already uncovered the first two practices of Stoicism: mastering perception and embracing the dichotomy of control. These lay the foundation. But now, let us walk deeper into the Stoic way of life. In this part, we will uncover the next two practices: voluntary discomfort and negative visualization. Both are powerful exercises that may seem strange in our modern age of comfort, but the Stoics used them to build inner strength that no external misfortune could break. As Seneca once said, "Set aside now and then a number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" Let us begin. Way 3. Practice voluntary discomfort. We live in an age where comfort surrounds us. Soft beds, endless food, entertainment at our fingertips. But comfort, if left unchecked, weakens the spirit. The Stoics understood this truth deeply. That is why they recommended voluntary discomfort, deliberately stepping into temporary hardships to prepare the mind for real challenges. Seneca practiced sleeping on the floor, wearing rough clothing, and eating only bread and water for days. He would remind himself, "Is this what I feared?" By doing so, he removed fear of poverty, hardship, or loss, because he had already tasted them. In your daily life, this could mean fasting for a day to test your endurance and to realize you can live with less, taking cold showers to toughen your body and mind, walking instead of driving even when it is inconvenient, turning off distractions and embracing silence. These small practices strengthen resilience. They train you not to panic when life takes something away, because you already know that your peace is not tied to luxury or convenience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not fit that he who lives in luxury and ease should complain about hardship." By practicing voluntary discomfort, you inoculate yourself against fear. When real misfortune comes, as it surely will, you will meet it not with despair but with calm acceptance. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what is one comfort I can let go of today? Not forever, but just to test myself. Notice how your mind resists. That resistance is the very weakness Stoicism helps you overcome. Way 4. Practice negative visualization. The fourth way to practice Stoicism in daily life is negative visualization, also known as premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. At first, it may sound pessimistic, imagining the loss of what you love. But for the Stoics, this was not about despair. It was about awakening gratitude and preparing for life's uncertainties. Epictetus said, "When you kiss your child, say to yourself, 'Tomorrow it may die.'" Not to be cruel, but to remind himself of the fragility of life, and to love more deeply in the present moment. How often do we take our loved ones, our possessions, and even our own health for granted? We assume they will always be there. But life is fleeting and nothing is guaranteed. Negative visualization breaks this illusion and roots us in gratitude. Here is how to practice it. Each morning, imagine losing something you value: your home, your wealth, your health, or even a loved one. Do not dwell in sadness, but in appreciation. How fortunate I am that I still have this today. Then live the day with renewed gratitude, as if every gift could be gone tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself of death, writing, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This practice does not make life darker. On the contrary, it makes it more vivid, more urgent, and more meaningful. Every hug becomes precious. Every sunrise becomes a blessing. Every simple meal becomes a feast. Think of one person you love deeply. Imagine just for a moment that tomorrow they may not be here. Now, open your eyes to the present moment and realize you still have them today. Let this fill your heart with gratitude, not fear. So far, we have explored 4 ways to practice Stoicism: mastering perception, embracing control, voluntary discomfort, and negative visualization. Each of these exercises trains the mind to become resilient, free, and grateful. But our journey is only halfway. In the next part, we will uncover 2 more practices: living with virtue as your highest good, and daily journaling and reflection, the same habit Marcus Aurelius used to guide an empire and his own soul. If this message speaks to you, remember to subscribe and share your reflections in the comments. Tell me, which of these practices will you try today? Voluntary discomfort or negative visualization? Stay tuned for part 3. You have stayed with me through the first 4 Stoic practices. Already, you have learned to master your perception, to embrace control, to strengthen yourself through voluntary discomfort, and to awaken gratitude with negative visualization. Now, we enter the heart of Stoicism. The next 2 practices reveal the essence of living as a Stoic. Virtue as the highest good and daily journaling and reflection. Without these, Stoicism is not complete. With them, your life becomes anchored, unshakable, and filled with clarity. Way 5. Live with virtue as your highest good. The Stoics believe that only one thing is truly good: virtue. Wealth, status, pleasure, even health. These are not good or bad in themselves. They are indifference. The only true good is how you live, how you act, and whether your choices align with wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Seneca said, "The good man is invincible, for he can be defeated neither by adversity nor by prosperity." This principle means that the Stoic does not chase after money, fame, or comfort as if they were life's ultimate goals. Instead, every decision is filtered through one question: is this virtuous? How do you apply this daily? In your work, do not seek shortcuts that betray honesty. Even if others prosper by deceit, a Stoic values integrity over profit. In your relationships, do not manipulate or use others for selfish gain. Instead, treat them with fairness, kindness, and respect. In your challenges, do not compromise your character out of fear. Choose courage even when it is difficult. Virtue becomes your compass. And once you choose virtue, nothing external can corrupt your peace. You may lose money, but not your integrity. You may lose recognition, but not your honesty. You may face hardship, but not your courage. This is why Epictetus declared, "No man is free who is not master of himself." True freedom is not doing whatever you want, but choosing the good even when the world tempts you otherwise. Close your eyes and think. What is one area of your life where you compromise virtue for convenience? Is it in words you speak, promises you break, or habits you justify? Imagine choosing differently. Not the easy way, but the virtuous way. Notice the strength that rises within when you choose what is right. Way 6. Practice daily journaling and reflection. The 6th Stoic practice is simple, yet profound: daily journaling and reflection. Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of Rome, ruled over millions, commanded armies, and bore the burdens of an empire. Yet, each night he returned to his journal, not to record history, but to examine his soul. His meditations are the private notes of a man striving to live with wisdom. Why is journaling so important for Stoicism? Because the unexamined mind drifts. Reflection anchors you. Writing forces clarity, honesty, and self-awareness. Here is how you can practice it. Morning reflection. Before the day begins, write down how you intend to live. What virtues will guide you today? What challenges might you face, and how will you respond? Evening reflection. At night, look back. Did you live as you intended? Where did you fall short? Where did you succeed? Seneca wrote letters to his friend Lucilius, which became his form of journaling. He said, "We should every night call ourselves to account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" This habit sharpens the Stoic mind like a blade. Day after day you see your progress. You notice patterns of weakness, but also growth. And most importantly, you prevent philosophy from being just theory. It becomes lived practice. In daily life you do not need to write pages. Even a few lines can hold immense power. The act of reflection is more important than the length. Imagine yourself tonight, sitting in silence, holding a pen. Ask, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? Did I live with virtue? Let these questions become your teacher. Now we have explored 6 Stoic practices: perception, control, voluntary discomfort, negative visualization, virtue, and journaling. Already, they can reshape the way you experience life. But there are 2 more. In the final part, we will complete the circle by exploring living in harmony with nature and mindful presence in the moment, the crown jewels of Stoic philosophy. If you have not subscribed yet, now is the time. Join this journey, leave your reflections in the comments, and share which of these practices speaks most to you, virtue or journaling. Stay with me for part 4, the conclusion of our Stoic path. You have walked with me through 6 powerful Stoic practices. You have learned to master your perception, to embrace what you can control, to strengthen yourself through voluntary discomfort, to awaken gratitude through negative visualization, to live with virtue as your compass, and to sharpen your mind through journaling. Now we come to the final 2 practices, the crown of Stoicism. These bring everything together and teach us not just how to think like a Stoic, but how to live as one, day by day, moment by moment. Way 7. Live in harmony with nature. For the Stoics, the ultimate goal was to live in harmony with nature, not just the physical world, but the rational order of the universe. To them, nature was not chaos but wisdom, and to live well meant aligning yourself with its flow. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Always live in accord with nature, and you will never be poor." What does this mean for us in daily life? It means recognizing that life unfolds according to causes greater than our control. Seasons change. People come and go. Health rises and falls. Fortune turns. None of this is unfair. It is simply nature at work. To live in harmony with nature is to accept these changes without resistance. Just as a sailor does not curse the wind but adjusts his sails, the Stoic does not fight the flow of life but moves with it. It also means living according to your nature as a rational being. Epictetus said, "What is a man? A rational and social being." Therefore, to live unnaturally is to live selfishly, greedily, or dishonorably. To live naturally is to act with reason, justice, and compassion. Practical ways to do this daily. Accept change gracefully. When things shift, remind yourself, this too is part of nature's design. Respect your body. Care for it with food, rest, and exercise, not indulgence or neglect. Respect others. Recognize that every human being is part of the same natural whole. To harm them is to harm yourself. Think of one change in your life you have resisted. Perhaps aging, loss, or uncertainty. Now imagine saying, "This too is nature's way." Feel the peace that comes when you stop resisting the order of things. Way 8. Practice mindful presence in the moment. The final Stoic practice is to live fully in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." He reminded himself that the past is gone, the future uncertain, and only this moment is truly yours. How often do we waste life in regret for what has passed, or in fear of what has not yet come? The Stoic rejects this trap. Life is not tomorrow or yesterday. It is this breath, this thought, this choice. To practice this daily. When eating, eat with presence, not while lost in distraction. Taste the food. Be grateful. When working, focus fully on the task before you, not on 10 tasks ahead. As Aurelius said, do what is in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness. When with others, listen deeply. Be fully there. Do not let your mind wander to what comes next. When anxious, ask yourself, am I in danger right now in this moment? Usually, the answer is no. The fear exists only in the imagination. Seneca said, "We are always complaining that our days are few, and acting as though there will be no end of them." The Stoic sees life as short, precious, and urgent. The best way to honor it is to live each moment fully. Take one deep breath. Feel the air enter and leave your body. Realize, in this moment, you are alive. You need no more, no less. This moment is enough. We have reached the end of this journey through 8 ways to practice Stoicism in daily life. Master your perception. Embrace the control dichotomy. Practice voluntary discomfort. Use negative visualization. Live with virtue as your highest good. Journal and reflect daily. Live in harmony with nature. Practice mindful presence in the moment. These are not abstract theories. They are living practices. If you weave them into your daily life, you will find strength when others collapse, peace when others rage, and wisdom when others despair. Remember Marcus Aurelius' timeless words: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. So I leave you with a challenge. Choose one of these 8 practices today. Do not just listen, live it. And if this message speaks to you, help me spread Stoic wisdom by subscribing, leaving a comment below, and sharing which practice you will begin with. Together, we can build a community of minds anchored in peace, strength, and virtue. Stay strong, stay present, stay stoic.